Hello and welcome back. It's TV Talk Mondays, where I need to talk about TV. I give my take on different TV shows that I'm watching, some popular shows that are on. But yeah, that's what we're doing. This journey is pretty exciting. I love TV. TV's live. So yeah, but if you do love TV, I'll be posting those on Mondays. And so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Give me some suggestions of different TV shows and things like that, because I don't really watch the same TV shows, but I'm very particular about TV shows I watch. Okay? But yeah, so today we're gonna talk about the morning show. Did y'all watch season 3? We're talking about particularly season 3 of the morning show, because that's the most recent season. That's the season I waited 2 years to goddamn watch. Let's just talk about the morning show. I just want to talk about some of the characters. So on the show we have Alex Levy, we have Bradley, Jackson, and Laura Peterson. Those are the three main, those are three. Then we have, not the three main, but those are one. The show revolves around Alex Levy and Bradley. Okay? But this season there was a few additions to the cast, which I truly loved. I love Nicole. Great addition. But yeah, I just want to say, great addition to the cast for season 3. And the show's been renewed for season 4, if anyone was wondering, but there'll be a season 4. God knows how long we're gonna have to wait for that. But season 3, I just want to say, had me. And for season 3, the show it's like 2020, like they're following like the COVID pandemic, because that's how it ended in season 2. So basically they go through the COVID pandemic. They cover January 6th. I literally, side note, I will forever remember. I feel like as a millennial, I feel like the amount of stuff we've lived through in our generation is super crazy. But I will forever remember where I was January 6th though. Like I remember where I was. I was watching the news already. I was watching MSNBC, waiting for them to certify the election. And I remember watching, I was getting ready to leave too. I was getting ready to leave the house. And so I can remember watching MSNBC. And I can't remember who was anchoring. It's what I can't remember. But whoever was anchoring at that moment, did they just come get Mike Pence? It was like they glanced and like Mike Pence was gone. Like they were moving Mike Pence and Nancy Pelosi. And then all of a sudden, and then I left. I left home and I was like, something's going on. But for the morning show to talk about it, I was like, that's crazy, because I vividly remember where I was, and it was like such a day. What a day! What a crazy day. But they covered some important. They even talked about how Roe v. Wade was overturned. And yeah, they really did hit some pretty cool topics this season. Stuff that needs to be talked about. And things like that. But yeah, so let's get into it though. Let's talk about the things that let's talk about stuff that pissed me off this season. Let's get into that. The things that made me mad this season is, okay, so let's start off. I want to say I started watching the morning show in season 2. I started season 2, episode 3. And who comes in the episode? Laura. I started watching because of Juliana Margulies, because I watched anything she's in. But let's get into season 3 though. Y'all really did my Bradley and Laura wrong, because there was no reason y'all had to write and do them like that. It's like the writers didn't the writers forgot what they wrote, like the previous episode. Like y'all didn't talk to each other, like y'all didn't proofread, like go over it, because it feels like y'all missing something. Because ain't no way, and we're gonna talk about the ending, really. Ain't no way in that season finale. Laura said, I'm gonna give you the gist. Laura basically said she was a stranger to me and I really didn't know her. Oh! God, when I say, I was like, those words just come out of Laura's mouth. Laura, you knew a different Bradley than everyone else. You got a soft, I feel like a little softer Bradley, but still Bradley trying to not be like her old self. Like she was trying to figure out some stuff in some of her childhood trauma and the stuff she grew up in her childhood that was so engraved and indoctrinated in her that it's like sometimes it's hard to break. Okay. She needs to go. She needs some therapy. That's what she needs. But the fact that Laura said, I really didn't know her. But y'all, the episode before, basically the reason that happened was, if you watch the show, so basically Laura was on air with, she works at YDA, Your Day America. So basically Bradley works at the morning show. So basically, this is how I put it. This is why it's basically Good Morning America and the Today Show, competitors against each other. Basically, that's how it is. There's two competitors, two news morning that compete. They're basically competing against each other for ratings, like basically. And so it's really the way it ended for me. Like, I just don't understand the writing for like, why y'all always get to do women loving women couples the way y'all do on TV. It's really annoying to not have the respect and representation that we as a whole deserve. But it's like, y'all really be doing us dirty. But that's no here, no there. That's for another conversation. But I just want to say, the way though they wrote it. So let's take it back. Let's go back a little bit. I'll tell you, I don't have structure. I just talk. But like, let's take it back a little bit. Like the episode before, so basically Laura is anchoring at YDA. That's where she works. That's where she does her news. And so basically there was like, I would say like episode 2 or 3, there was basically, what was it? What they call it? They were hacked. Their system was hacked. And so everyone at the morning show, all the information basically is on the internet. And in that same episode with the hacker and their outage at the morning show, was Bradley basically sent this video to Laura when she was in Montana with Laura, which, you know, it was a little video, you know, but I feel like, I'm so sorry. What that got to do with anyone else? What are their business? That's their relationship. They were together. But yeah, so basically there was basically all of their text messages and all their pictures and videos was hacked in that hack. Whoever hacked it, I don't know who did. I'm going to say it was Paul. We're going to get into the little scumbag. Ugh, douche. But like, it's really the fact that all of that information was now on the web. Just like now. Like, so much, you can find any information on the internet. Like, if you really want to do a deep dive search on someone, you can literally do it. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not. But like, so you can find information on the internet. So you can find anything. So the hacker, like, all the information is now on the internet. So basically all of Bradley's text messages and videos and things. So basically Audra, who is Laura's co-host, like co-host, co-anchor, basically was like, I knew her, and like, she basically, because Bradley went to Corey. Ooh, I can't stand Corey. We will not talk about him that much because I can't stand him. I can't stand his character. The actor, he's doing his thing with his role, but I can't stand Corey. Ooh, like, so basically, the day before, Bradley goes with Corey to his mom's house. Why is your boss taking you to your mama's house? Like, does that make sense to y'all? Why would Corey invite his co-worker, your employee, because you're the boss, to Bradley, to your mama's house? Because you think, like, the thing is, Corey is so in love with Bradley, and Bradley is not in love with Corey. Okay? We have seen him say, basically, that Corey loves Bradley and is in love with Bradley, and Bradley is not at all. Bradley loves Laura. But the thing is, I was watching this here, I know you was lying. And not you taking your employee to your mama's house. And mind you, his mom does not, you can tell his mom does not have time for Corey and his crap and his BS. And so like watching that was like, girl. But then the mom does ask Bradley, like, what happened to Laura? And she was like, yeah, we're basically going to try it again. The way Corey's face looked back there, Corey looked like, damn, my shot's gone again. You thought you should have a shot after you outed Laura and Bradley, yeah, you shouldn't have a shot. You should rot in hell. Like, oh. But then, like that whole time, I was really stuck on that. Really, Corey, you really took Bradley to your mom's house, to your mother's house, and she is technically your employee. I was like, Corey, look, get over it. So basically, that's what led to Laura doing her little detective work. So basically, Audra said, Laura told Audra, her co-anchor, right? I'm basically gonna talk about. She said basically she was telling her that Bradley went to Corey's mom's house yesterday, and she didn't tell her. She felt some type of way, as she should, because she's kind of like sensing like Corey likes Bradley, because she even said in season 2, oh, I'll leave you to text your boyfriend, because Corey, like if you around him and Bradley, like if you're watching the show, you can tell like Corey is like super in love with Corey, like me super in love with Bradley, and it's like, sir, give it up, find someone else. Thank you. We'll get to that, but yeah, so basically I was watching that like, sir, I know you lying. But so basically now Audra was like, I knew Corey had like, I feel like they had a thing. So now Laura, hearing that, went to go look. She logged onto the website, found out the text messages between Corey and Bradley, and the messages she thought she was going to find, she didn't find. She found something else. She basically found out that Bradley's brother Hal was at the January 6th, and he assaulted a police officer, and Bradley covered the evidence. And Corey helped her do that. That whole, I feel like the end of the season was just, it had so much happening towards the end of season 3. Like those last 4 episodes, like 3-4 episodes, had all the drama you needed the whole season. Like there was nothing untouched, unturned in that moment. Those last 3-4 episodes had me, because the way Laura, oh my, and then Laura, the way Laura, y'all, I was so mad watching this episode. Like it was like, why you got to do them like that? Like there was no reason y'all had to do them like that. But and then like there was a previous episode. Those last few episodes was really good though. There's a previous episode where Bradley basically, you can tell after like, basically she's been walking around with the secret of how she covered for her brother. So she's basically now walking around with this secret that she can't tell anyone. And so she goes to dinner with Laura, and you can tell Bradley's so occupied and not fully there, because Hal's in town with his, I can't remember his wife's name, and his daughter. So basically they're in town, and him coming back, because Hal says he's going to turn himself in. He tells Bradley he's going to turn himself in, and it's like, how? Please. It's like she doesn't want him to, because he has a family, and it will implicate her as well. So, because she covered it up, she helped. And so moving on to, so she goes to dinner with Laura, and she's pretty occupied because she just found out the house that he's going to turn himself in. Basically, Bradley leaves the dinner. That dinner was horrible. And so then Laura goes to Hal and basically says to Hal, oh my God, Laura basically said, she's like, I know I can make her happy. She's like, I know I can make her happy. Basically, she wants Hal's approval, and she feels like Hal's approval will help Bradley like fully be in the relationship with her. Little did Laura know that's not the reason. The reason was the secret Bradley is carrying around. And y'all, I was just like, why would Raj do this to us? She's like, Bradley's carrying around the secret that has to do with her, the way she covered up for Hal. Little did she know. But then later on, Bradley does show up to Laura and basically says she misses her. Yeah. Cool. How we go from that to the season finale, y'all? And I didn't even talk about Montana. Now let's go back to Montana really quick. So basically, if you were watching season 2, the end of season 2, all I wanted to know was, did Bradley go to Laura? Did Bradley go to Montana with Laura? That's all I wanted to know. My question was answered. She went. They had a great, what was it? They had a great spring. They had a great summer. Fall rolled around, trouble was seeping in. And then by winter, who Bradley lost her mom within that time period, who was putting all her trauma and all of her insecurities and not how she felt about herself. On Laura, by the time what happened, they broke up. And that was 2020. And so then basically she leaves the ranch in Montana because Laura has a heart condition. So she's staying on her ranch for her safety. And there is a scene in there when they are in Montana where Bradley wants to go out, but Laura's like, no, which should be, it's respected because, boy, the pandemic was real. Like, y'all, if you were immune compromised, please, it was like, take care of yourself. Like, make sure like you do all the things to make sure you're okay because COVID was bad. And so like she's taking the necessary precautions for herself. And she's like, no, we can't go out. She does have friends come over. Laura had 2 of her friends come over and it was cool. But she can like really go out. Like they can really have a real dinner, like a real day outside of the ranch. So they break up in winter. And then Bradley does, she does her, what is it? Basically January, she has like she's at the White House for the certification when the whole thing goes down. Woo. And then in early, like episode 1 was that Bradley did get an award for her impeccable journalism that she was doing at that time. Little did anyone know she was carrying around the secret in this burden. Sorry, excuse me. But little did they know she was carrying around the secret and this burden. And so it's for me, it was like watching the show unfold from season 1 to 10. Y'all, it was really wild. But let me get into because I'm almost done now. So we can wrap it up. I don't want to be too long. I feel like though, like Bradley and Laura's relationship took a turn when Laura found out that information. When she went and did that digging, she found out, y'all, that next episode, Bradley walked in all happy-go-lucky. Walked in with them cookies, set her keys down, and y'all, she had a key, y'all. Bradley had a key to Laura's house. So cute. She walked in with them cookies, and the way she turned, I was like, no! She was so mad. Bradley wanted to hug her, and she said, basically, no. Like, no, before I lose my ish. I was watching like, no! Y'all, it was rough. So, like, they get into this argument. Laura basically goes in on her for keeping this secret. And Laura isn't going to tell on her, basically. And so, and the word that broke me was Laura said, oh my God, Laura said, I really thought we would grow old together. And she basically, Bradley was like, I couldn't ruin Hal's life. She couldn't ruin Hal's life. And Laura said, so you ruined our, oh my God! Who wrote that? I said, y'all disrespectful. I said, the morning show counts your days. For that whole scene was so good. The acting 10 out of 10. Reese Witherspoon, give her the Emmy now. And Juliana, you too. Like, y'all were in there. I was like, give them the SAG, the Emmys. Because, baby, they was acting. Yeah, they was acting. And I just remember watching it just like, I was watching it at the edge of my seat on the couch. Like, I was like, no, she not. She did not just say that. She said, so you ruined ours. She said, I really thought we would grow old together. And so when Laura said that, I said, Laura. So they break up. Y'all, what a rough time it was to be a Laura and Bradley fan. That episode had us. Now let's go to Alex Levy. Because the dude she was dating, how Alex gonna want herself. But people were warning her about. Bradley warned her. A few other people warned her. Like, it was like, we get it. Your man, my man, my man. But your man, no, not to be trusted. And so basically, so Alex starts dating Paul Marks, who's this billionaire. I would say, like, what's his name? What's his name? Y'all know the name. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Who on Amazon? I can't remember him. So basically, he's like, the guy Alex starts to date is basically trying to buy the morning show. Corey's in this deal with him to buy the morning show. So basically, he's like, what is his name? Who owns? Yep. Basically, he's like the Amazon owner dude, whatever his name is. I can't remember at the moment. But basically, he's like him. He got money, and he's trying to buy the morning show. But little does everyone know, Alex was doing this interview with him, like trying to get questions, like trying to get some, and they ended up spending that night together, and then they started dating. Because why, Alex? I'm skipping some stuff, but I don't. But Alex starts to date him, and I just want to say, like, the first time he jumped on the scene, appeared in the scene, you knew Paul Marks was not up to anything good. You knew he was. Like most people who are billionaires, or you're trying to buy a news company, what do you know about it? You're trying to buy a news station, like a whole news company production. That's like whoever owns Amazon trying to buy Good Morning America or the Today Show. Like you might have money, but like, do you really know the industry? But I think that's what happens with billionaires. They be trying to do stuff just because they got money. No one asked you. Okay. But yeah. So, oh, sorry, hold on before this goes off. So, like, basically, he comes on the scene. Mind you, he comes in because you know why? He's like, whatever his name is, I can't think his name currently, because he comes in with this Hyperion, basically this space stuff. Spaceship Hyperion is what they call it in the show. And I was thinking, because whatever the Amazon name is, I can't think of his name at the moment. Didn't he go to space, or he wants to go to space? But why would they do that? Okay, and let's talk about and it just need thoughts. That's just like those millionaires who got in that Ocean Gate thing that exploded because you wanted to see the Titanic. Why would I want to see space? If I was interested in going to space, I would just be an astronaut. If I wanted to see the ocean, be a marine biologist. Be whoever is it the Marines that be in the water? Do something like that. Why would I spend my money? This is just I know because I just thought of this. Why would I do something crazy? I just think people with money have too much time on their hands. Can you just give me some? It will solve all my problems right now. I just can't. That's just a quick side note. It's that Ocean Gate. I just had another thing. Did anyone see how someone for Halloween had that Ocean Gate stuff out? I'm so done. If I wanted to see the Titanic, I would just visit the Titanic exhibit here in Orlando. That's where I will go. My friend works there. I can go see it. Why would I go? Don't go there. But not just serious. So basically, he comes in. He's like he has this Hyperion, the space shuttle stuff. Alex actually was supposed to go on the shuttle with him, but she didn't. She ended up going to somewhere else, like for Bradley. So Bradley took her spot. And yeah, you can tell Paul Marks was up to no good, and we found out he was up to no good. So basically, him and Alex were going to. Basically, I feel like he was gonna fire everyone and sell up the company piece by piece. This was actually his plan. He was gonna sell the company piece by piece off, and yeah, that didn't fly. So then that didn't work. So basically, I think Paul Marks is the one responsible for the hack. that happened earlier in the season. I think Paul Marks is responsible for it, and you can't tell me otherwise. So after Laura, so basically, yeah. But so after Laura yells at Bradley, now Bradley is a mess. As she should be. Her girlfriend just broke up with her. She's sad. Ooh, Lord. And so basically now, here comes Paul Marks. He gonna come in the dressing room, blah blah blah, talking, and basically he knows. And he basically is like, he basically knows that Laura knows about how Corey covered up how being at January 6th. So now someone else knows that Bradley knows, Corey knows, and Laura knows about January 6th and that they've all covered it up. Because Laura said she's not going to tell. She said, I'm not gonna like send you out. And mind you, even before that, Laura went to her boss and sat down with her boss. Y'all. She sat down with her boss, basically wanted to, if she, like, you're so close to something, what do you do? Because most importantly, she's a journalist first. They look for information, they bring us the news. So it's like, does she tell or not? Because it's close to her. Okay. But so now we are, Paul Marks knows. I think Paul Marks is the one responsible for the hack. And so now Paul Marks comes to Bradley and basically he knows that Laura knows now. And he insinuates that he would tell on Laura, basically. And so Bradley, what does she do on air? Because she's about to go on air. Bradley does evening news now. And so she's about to go on air. And what does she do on air? They was freaking out in that in that media room. They were, what's happening? Basically, Bradley resigns on air. She leaves because she doesn't want Laura to get in trouble. You can't tell me she don't love Laura. Oh, I'm still mad about this show. But she resigns on air. Mind y'all, Laura is watching. Is someone going to tell Laura why she resigned? Because Paul Marks basically was a threat to Bradley about Laura. Basically, he would tell that she knew too. And he would go to, basically, like he would go to the FBI. Wow. Okay, and so that whole thing happens, and all I can say is watching that, I was like, y'all, she really just resigned on air. And so, like, her producers following her, like, Bradley. Next episode, season finale, we get to now. Oh, y'all, that the episode before the season finale was 10 out of 10 good. Because it was like, finally, there's an article. Now, Paul Marks is one grimy behind God in the show. Grimy, because then what is he? So there's an article from The Vault. And The Vault's the same people who outed Bradley and Laura that they were in a relationship and outed Bradley as a whole. And so in that article, it said he outed Bradley and Laura. He was basically a predator and like groomed Bradley. He lived in the same apartment hotel. Like he basically put her there to be close to her. In that article, I was like, all we seen was like the title and the picture, but like I was like, damn, y'all got him real good. But yeah, and so I'm wrapping it up now. But basically, excuse me. Sorry. And so now basically Bradley, so now that has happened. She's outed. And so now Alex so in the season finale, Alex goes to Bradley basically to see what's wrong with her and she's okay while she resigned on air. Bradley literally tells her basically about her man, that your man is grimy. And he wanted and the way Paul Marks lied to Alex about talking about like what he was talking to her, I was like, but did you tell Alex that you about blackmailed Bradley about Laura? You didn't tell Alex that. But Bradley tells her all the information she knows on Hyperion and about Paul and what he's been doing. She was like, I think he's been listening to my conversations. And she's like a little paranoid now. She has to leave us about the door. She's super paranoid and everything. And she is rightfully so, because how would he know? I think he's been watching them for a while. So it's like he was watching them. But yeah, that whole season finale though had me. So basically now we see Alex goes to Laura. And if you've seen season 2, you know Alex and Laura don't really get along. They don't rock with each other. They really don't. So for Alex, and mind y'all, Paul Marks is still in the process of trying to buy the company. So basically, Alex goes now to Laura because she doesn't want Paul to buy the company anymore. She wants to sink him. I love that. Yes. She goes to Laura so they can basically merge TMS and YDA together, which they end up, I don't know if they did. They did because they show it. And so they merged these two companies together, but she goes to Laura to get it. Did you think you would see that happen? And that's when Laura says, she's a stranger and I really didn't know her. And she was talking about Bradley. Laura, you know Bradley. She's just Bradley. But yeah, that show had me. The show and how the show ends with season 3 is Bradley and Howard turning himself into the FBI. So that's how we leave it. Bradley and Laura are broken up. So disrespected that y'all did my women couple like that because there's already not enough on TV. But they are broken up. And when I say I was so mad. But it was so disrespectful. But that season of, I could just say, the morning show, and also, let's talk about, this is my last thing we're going to talk about. And the part where they talked about Roe v. Wade and how they find out that how it was leaked that the Supreme Court is going to overturn Roe v. Wade. For me, is watching that was like, y'all really think women's body belongs to y'all? My body, my choice. So you're telling women they can't get abortions now? So like, it's up to the states now. And so women are now having to travel. So basically, if it was in a dire situation, you're telling women that they don't matter. Truly, pro-lifers aren't pro-lifers. They get on my daggone nerves. But so basically now I can't remember her character name, but I think it's Christina. I don't know, whatever it is. I can't remember. I know her real name. That's all that matters. So now, like, people are harassing her now because she posted that. But that's how most people felt when Roe v. Wade was announced that it was about to be overturned. A lot of them were mad and angry, as she should be. No matter if you believe in it or not, like, it's not the government's choice to decide what a woman should do with her body. So, yeah, but there were so many good things in the morning show. If you haven't watched it, you must watch it. And make sure you start at season 1. Don't be like me and start at 2. Be like, what is happening? I did end up watching season 1. But make sure you do watch it. It's a really good show. 10 out of 10. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I'm very particular and picky about TV shows that I watch, so I kind of watch. I watch the same kind of things, and I rewatch the same things a lot. But yeah, it was a great show. 10 out of 10. Season 3 was a roller coaster of emotions, and it was a great show as a whole. If you haven't watched it, make sure you tuned in. I didn't talk about everything. I talked about a gist of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and so yeah, just make sure you tune in. Season 4 will be back whenever that it is. A lot of TV changes are coming. If you are a Station 19 fan, you now know that station will be on at 10 p.m. The 10 p.m. hour slot on ABC. And I just want to say, if you watch ABC, you know that 10 p.m. time slot it's like shows. The last show that came on at 10 p.m. on ABC. So the last TV lineup was Station 19, Grey's Anatomy, and Alaska Daily. Alaska Daily got canceled because it's like 10 p.m. and like certain people, like after a certain time, the show gonna finish at 11. People gotta go to work the next day, so people don't want to stay up to 10 to watch the next show. So I know the Grey's Anatomy. I know I've been watching Grey's for 20 seasons at this point since it began. But so my TV lineup on Thursdays was Station, Grace, Go to Sleep. Now my lineup gonna be, if I do decide to watch 911 live, which high chance probably ain't. I just want to say that. I normally watch it after because so we're gonna watch 911, Grey's Anatomy, and Station 19. So for all the Station 19 fans out there, including international ones, everyone, even if you tired, make sure that TV's on. If you need to put the TV on, an iPad, your phone, computer, we need all of the ratings. And I want you to know, 10 o'clock is a little spicy hour, so let's see. I'm excited for this. It better be Station 19 after dark, but that's all I have to say. Make sure you tune in again. Make sure you watch the morning show. There's 3 seasons out on Apple TV. Tell me what you liked about this TV Talks. Tell me something I can do better because I'm new to this and I'm learning. I'm here for advice. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. And yeah, I wish you guys a great day. My favorite thing to say, my one thing I say to myself is make sure you take care of you first before you can take care of anyone else. And make sure you are taking care of your mental health because it is the most important thing that you have. And so make sure you're taking care of that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe on this video. And I'll see you again next week. I don't know what we're talking about next week, but we're going to figure it out. We will be back, y'all. So